Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like we are in the balloon season. I don't know, too many birthday parties with balloons flying around the United States and Canada. But hey, these are not the only countries that claim they shut down unidentified flying objects. And no, they're not the Martians. No, they're not the aliens. Supposedly, it's some of us. Now, this is the third object. Actually, if I think of it, I think is the fourth object shot down in on the territory of North America. It's true that this is the third object shot down by the Americans on American territory, but the Americans helped the Canadians because Canadians don't have an Air Force. Sorry for you guys. That's what happened with communists. Trudeau, I mean. You don't have an army. Other people will defend you because you're good people. You're good people. And therefore, you asked for an F-22 Raptor to shoot down a balloon in Yukon, in your territory, because Trudeau called his boss and say, we got a problem here. Then they sent the Americans at the Air Force and did it for you because you don't have an army. Well, look into that. I made a video on that. So what happened now? Now an unidentified object downed over Lake Huron, third this week, Associated Press reports. Papam. So this is the state of Michigan. This is Canada, Ontario, Wisconsin, Illinois right here. And we have here the map of the United States, so you can figure out where that is if you are not familiar with where Michigan is. Okay, Michigan is right here. And let's say northeast of the United States, right here, the peninsula and this little thing. So you had Great Lakes area, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, Lake Ontario, and Lake Erie. Lake Erie is right here, but this is Lake Huron on the border with Canada. Canada, this is how I go to Canada. Ta-da-da-dum. Anyway, so here it is. And they say this is the third one. Correct, third that they told us about. And you believe it or not, the third one, unbelievable though. February 12, 2023, today, Sunday, an unidentified object was shot down Sunday for the third time in as many days. This time over Lake Huron after earlier ones in Alaska and Canada, U.S. officials say. All right. The object had been downed by pilots from the U.S. Air Force National Guard. The shutdown was confirmed by two U.S. officials and were not authorized to discuss the matter public and spoke on conditions of anonymity. Well, good. We got some more Purple Hearts to deliver to heroes. U.S. and Canadian authorities has restricted some airspace over the lake earlier Sunday as planes were scrambled to intercept and try to identify the object. The news comes as U.S. officials were still trying to precisely identify the other two objects blown down from the sky by F-22 fighter jets over the past 2 days and were working to determine whether China was responsible as concerns escalate about what Washington says is Beijing large-scale aerial surveillance program. Well, maybe they were Americans and you know what I mean? No, you don't? Okay. The object shot down on Saturday over the Yukon was described by U.S. officials as a balloon significantly smaller than the three school bus-sized balloons hit by a missile February 4th while drifting off the South Carolina coast after traveling the country. Now, after fulfilling its assignment, and then it was shot down. Okay, yeah, a flying object brought down over the remote northeastern coast of Alaska on Friday was more cylindrical and described as a type of airship. Oh my God. So anyway, we got here, they say that suspected Chinese spy balloon. Well, I would say they were Romanians, okay? If you say they're Chinese, I say Romanians. So right now they don't have any evidence to support that. The first one could have been because the Chinese agreed that it was theirs. But they say it was not a spy balloon, it was a weather balloon. Okay, whatever. All right, so that's one thing. Now we go here. And from other weasels, news, military shoots down another high altitude. What a face, this guy. High altitude object over Lake Huron. Okay, but Guess what? I got some news for you that I bet you haven't heard of. Papam! China claims unidentified object in its airspace, prepared to shoot it down. Now, I am almost certain that my friends will say the Chinese are lying. That's their aircraft. They took it up in the sky and now they say we want to shoot it. So they say, see, we are under attack. It's just a staged act. It's not true. It's nobody else. It's just they pretend. But we, on the other hand, those were foreign balloons. All of them, not only the first Russian, maybe, the Ukrainian, not Ukrainian, Chinese, the first one. All the other ones definitely came from somewhere else. But the Chinese, this one, no, that's definitely made up. It's a story made up by the Chinese to switch responsibility from their evil actions towards defenders of truth, which is our government. Oh, let's read this little article here to see what evidence the Chinese bring. What the hell? So, Fox News, China claims unidentified object in its airspace, prepared to shoot it down. February 12th, today, 2023, unbelievable. Chinese authorities have reportedly spotted an unidentified flying object over the waters near a major naval base and were preparing to shoot it down, according to officials. Local maritime authorities in China, eastern Shandong province, said they had spotted an unidentified flying object in waters near the coastal city of Rizhao. In waters? It was flying object. Near the coastal city of flying object in waters near, I don't know. Other outlets reported that the UFO was spotted near Qingdao, which is home of the Jingjiangzhong Naval Base. Jiangzhuang Naval Base, a major naval base for the People's Liberation Army. A Maritime Development Authority official told the paper another Chinese news outlet the relevant authorities were preparing to shoot down the object. And now we have probably, I saw over there, see here, I saw a weasel name right here, Chuck Schumer. So he must be somewhere in here. I don't want to read the whole article for you so I don't bother you. Oh, here it is. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told ABC this week on Sunday that U.S. believes the unidentified object shot down were balloons, though smaller than the one down over the Atlantic Ocean. Believes or knows? Is it, I believe in God. I believe that pigs can fly. I can believe, I don't know, that I can fly. Do I base it on evidence? No. You tell me when you know, boy. You don't tell me when you believe. I don't listen to you. Schumer said teams were recovering debris from the objects that would work to determine where they came from. Good. And I'm going to believe you, obviously. The ones down on Friday and Saturday were smaller and flying at a lower altitude at 40,000 feet within the airspace occupied by commercial flights, compared with about 60,000 feet for the first one. All right, the bottom line is, until a few months ago, we didn't know about these balloons. Schumer said, no, I don't believe that. It is wild, and we didn't know. Now, they are learning a lot more, and the military and intelligence are focused like laser, and first gathering and accumulating the information, then coming up with a comprehensive analysis. They come up with, let me fill the blanks. Now, do you remember or do you know how the first balloon was identified? The first balloon that was allowed to go and cross the whole United States, shot down in the territorial waters of South Carolina and the United States, okay, was shot down after it completed all its mission and transmitted the data of the weather, you know. You know how it was first spotted? No? Or if you do, it was in Montana. I know it was in Montana, and it was a guy who was like, what the? UFO? Yeah! No, wait a second, it's a balloon. Hey, excuse me, air, blah, blah, blah. We have a balloon over there or something, it's very high. That's how they found out. It was a human being, obviously, a citizen, who saw it. It was not the U.S. military. Do you believe that? I don't. Now, if you believe, not that it occurred, I'm very skeptical that the U.S. military did not know a balloon entered our airspace. I don't, that's what bothers me. Oh, we didn't know about it. I do not buy that. I mean, the guy saw it and said, it can't be Jupiter. It's too bright at this time of the day. That's how it all started. Not Jupiter, whatever it was. Maybe it was Jupiter, I don't know, Saturn or something. I'm just saying. So this is how it occurred. Do you believe that? Not me. I'm sorry. I have questions, numerous questions. Now, if we think that the Chinese are lying, how do you think the Chinese are thinking about our balloons? If they say we're lying and we say no, why? Because we're the good guys. Now, all this thing with the balloons, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are on their way to the store to buy all the toilet paper and all the food to store for the, I don't know exactly what, for the, when the come and take over, you know what I mean? So go and buy some toilet paper, buy 1 or 2 rolls, because these guys are going to buy the entire store. I know that because I saw it. I had people that I know that did that. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? I'm buying bullets. Anyway, I'm not going to buy toilet paper. I'm going to come to you and ask you for toilet paper when I need it. Anyway, you know what I mean? And you're going to give it to me. So go and buy them. I'm just going to focus on other means of persuasion. Just kidding. Ask Jason. Nah. So anyway, that's one. And the other thing, our country here is not very united, if you know what I mean. It is pretty, pulled away. So it's not a lot of cohesion nowadays. It's very, bipolar, multipolar, not united. So that reminds me of this book right here that I have. I showed it on previous videos. It's called Crime Against Nature by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. by this guy. He's a leftist. He's an environmentalist. And I bought this car. Yeah, I bought this car. I bought this book September 3rd, 2024. You don't need to see the bottom here, but where is it? My finger right there. I need the bottom figure, but that's me. Kosman, blah, 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 blah. Tra-la-la. Proof and evidence, facts. And it goes, I always underline and write on my books, so when I come back, I can find whatever I think it was important at one point. So I got this one at page number 194. Woohoo! Robert Kennedy. And I have a mark, and I have here on the side 2 little lines and Goering. You know Goering, Hermann Goering? All right, I'm going to read what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said. And I'm quoting, "It is always a simple matter to drag the people along," noted Hitler's sidekick Hermann Goering. And I'm quoting again, "whether it is a democracy or a fascist dictatorship, or a parliament or a communist dictatorship, voice or no voice, the people can always be brought to the bidding of the leaders. That is easy. All you have to do is tell them they are being attacked and denounce the peacemakers for lack of patriotism and exposing the country to danger. It works the same in any country." And that's true. You know why? Not because Hermann Goering said it or what's his name, Kennedy said it. It's because that's a human psychological fact. That's what it is, my man. It works. Why do you think these guys are using it? And the same, another guy said this, how lucky the politicians, or how should I put lucky politicians that the masses are ignorant. So the fact that they are where they are is because we do not educate ourselves. And we're ignorant, so they can fool us left and right. Like right now, if I would just start in the saying, "Hey, watashi wa Emil Kosman," then you say, "Oh my God, Emil speaks Japanese. Hi, so desu ka." I'm going to use about 300 words that I know in Japanese, and you're going to be like, "Emil speaks fluently Japanese." Why? Because you don't speak Japanese, but I speak a little bit more than you. Say, "Emil is fluent." No, he's not fluent. Yeah, I know. I used to know about 800 words. But if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So you use it, you lose it. So anyway, the same here. We have to know what we're voting for and who we're voting for. But for that, we have to develop luggage of knowledge. Get your information, put them together, and then analyze it with your brain. Don't let other weasels, tell you what that guy said or that guy said. No, you okay? You want me? Let me see what this guy said. And I just read what that guy said. And you, with your brain, with your intelligence and your knowledge, worldview, analyze what Goering said. And you tell me if it's true or not. And based on your knowledge, you would come to a conclusion. And it's up to you to educate yourself. It's not the government's job. It's not the school's job to educate you. The school can do whatever they want, regiment you in whatever they want. If you're like, the school tries certain kind of things, otherwise we'll all be mathematicians, but we're not. And they teach us the same thing, all of us. But some of us are 1 + 1 is 5, and others like 1 + 1 = 5. Some people pay attention. Some people pay attention to other things. Look at that skirt over there. And other things, no, and others. So here we have balloons. People will get scared because we're under attack. Then we're going to apply this, and here we go. Who's going to defend us? Biden and Kamala, or who knows who else. Thank you very much for being with me again today. But the Chinese are lying, definitely. It's true. I'm not saying they're not, but don't tell me those lie and we don't. We all lie, more or less. This is reality. We lied, we are lying, and we will lie in the future, unless we're saints. I don't think you are a saint, and definitely I'm not a saint. And I don't plan on being one. Anyway, I don't know about you. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.